And Israel live from the Accra Mall is now at the Adenta constituency, another swing constituency in the Greater Accra region. Adenta, Israel, what's the situation there?
All right, so I'm here at the Adenta Municipal EC office, I believe, and with Gerald Roberts. So Gerald Roberts is the Municipal EC officer, and as you can see behind us, there are all these ballot boxes. These are the ballot boxes, right?
Yes, these are ballot boxes.
Okay, so there are all these ballot boxes, and there's some sorting that's taking place. So he's going to walk us through the process, because these things, these materials are eventually going to end up at the polling stations here in the constituency Adenta. So you walk us through the process, Mr. Roberts.
Okay, thank you very much, Israel. As you can see, we are packing our ballot boxes we'll be using for tomorrow.
Okay. Let me just get something right. We don't have the ballot papers and stuff here.
No, not at all. Okay. The ballot papers have been repackaged and redistributed into their ballot boxes, and it is being kept in the police armory. From here, we'll be adding these boxes to the ballot boxes that contain the ballot papers, and we'll be sending them to the polling stations.
All right, so would you have to send all these to the police station for redistribution, or you're going to pick them, you're going to bring them from the police station to this place?
We'll be sending them from here to the police station, and then we'll pick the ones in the police armory, add it to this, and then we'll send them out for distribution.
And those ones have been sorted out already?
Yes, those ones have been sorted out. And what happened was we were there with the party agents, and then when we take the set of ballot papers, we track them, we take the serial numbers, the parties also take the serial numbers, we put them in the ballot boxes, we seal them, and then all the parties present take the serial numbers of the seals.
All right. So you walk us through what is happening, because I see some sorting out happening here. Yes. If you could explain to us.
We have various forms that we use on election day. We have enumeration forms. We have the forms for manual verification, if there is any. We have the voter registers. We have the statement of poll, which is popularly called the pin sheet. Yes, and all those are some of the administrative documents that we use. And so we are putting those ones in the boxes here. And then we'll go and add them to the ballot boxes containing the ballot papers as well as the verification devices at the police station, and then we'll deploy them to the various polling stations.
All right, so is that what, let's get closer to this side and see what is happening. So we see ICGC's Jesus Temple.
Yes, ICGC Jesus Temple, Malejo Macho Road.
What will be in this one?
Yes, so this one, as you can see, contains the statement of the poll, and we have some other forms that we are adding to it, like the manual verification form. In the event that there is the need to use the manual verification form, then the presiding officer will sign it together with the party agents who are present.
Right. Yeah. So what else is going into the package?
Okay, so we have the tactile jackets, we have the vests for the officials, we have their pens, their rulers, we have their indelible ink, we have their stamp pad, we have their tamping pads. Every other material that will be used on the election day goes into these bags.
There have been instances where the materials get to a particular polling station and they say, oh, you've brought us materials for a different police station here. How does that also work out? Or what are you doing to ensure that we get everything going to where they're supposed to?
Okay, so before we do the distribution, we track the various items. There are some items that are general use, and then there are some that are specifically designed for particular polling stations. So like the voters register, it has to go to a particular polling station. The statement of the poll has to go to a particular polling station. The validating stamps that we use, we have tracked them and we are taking them to specific polling stations. Yeah, so as you can see on the back of the brown envelope, we have the name of the center. If you look closely at the bag, you will see that the name of the center has been written on the bag. If you look at the ballot box, you realize that it has also been labeled. Yes, and so we track all the items and make sure that we send the appropriate items to the required polling stations.
And then I also see that you're putting some seals on it. Why are the seals necessary?
Yes, the seals are to basically hold the lids together with the ballot boxes. Yes.
Okay, so it's not the seal that if it's broken, it's fatal.
Not at all. Not at all. These ones, as I said, they contain materials that are for administrative use. The main critical materials, i.e. the ballot papers, the verification device, those ones are in the police armory. And from here, within the next hour, we'll be moving there to go and pack them onto the buses for distribution.
Okay, so again, walk us through the process. At what time do we expect the materials to move from here to the various polling stations for voting to start tomorrow?
Okay, so Adentan has 304 polling stations now, and so we have 304 ballot boxes here and 304 ballot boxes in the police armory, and we are left with just one more electoral area, which is the ones we haven't closed. Yes, and so within the next 30 minutes to an hour, we should be able to finish that, and then after that, we'll load them onto the buses, take them to the police station, offload them, bring the ones that contain the ballot papers, and then we'll redistribute into the buses. We are using 20 buses to do the distribution tomorrow.
Oh, 20 buses? Yes. For just Adentan?
For just Adentan. Like I said, our polling stations are quite many, and the place is vast. And so because we don't want to delay in the distribution, we want to make sure that latest by 6 a.m., all the polling stations have received their ballot boxes and all the materials, so that the presiding officers can go through to make sure that they have all the materials in their right quantities, and then by 7 a.m. the first person can be attended to.
All right, again, I want to know, where are the party agents at this point? Do you need the party agents here for this exercise you're doing, or they're just going to be at the police station? Okay, so for this one, the party agents are not necessarily supposed to be here. But in the distribution of the ballot papers into the ballot boxes, the distribution of the verification devices into the ballot boxes, they were present with us, right from going for the ballot papers from the printing house to the police armory at the regional police headquarters, and then from there to our district police headquarters, and then the distribution and everything, they were part of it. But this one, they are not part, yes. So at what time are they going to be meeting you at the police station for where you go to pick the ballot boxes, the ballot papers themselves?
They are not meeting us there. What happens is, because we have all tracked the seals that we use to seal the ballot boxes, they will give it to their party agents who will be at the various polling stations. And so when we go and do the distribution, the presiding officers, together with the agents for those polling stations, will check the seals to make sure that they are the same seals we use to seal the ballot papers at the police station. And then once they are satisfied, they go ahead to break it and then check the contents.
Now, Gerald, one of the things that the Electoral Commission is seeking to do this year is to get to announce the results or declare the results within 24 hours after close of polls. What are the instructions to you, or what are you doing from your end to make sure that this happens?
Yes, the first thing we decided to do was to get enough buses to do the distribution. Once distribution is done early, voting will be able to start on time. And once voting starts on time, the whole process will be able to go smooth. The polling stations have been split, our registers have been split, and so most of the polling stations have about 400, 450. So
there are fewer numbers.
There are fewer numbers, yes. So we are expecting voting to, at 5 p.m. everybody who intends to vote and is at the polling station must have voted. So between 5 p.m. and 5:30, we should be able to do the sorting and counting and the filling of the forms. Once that is done, the buses, which are now enough, will be able to go around and fetch them back to the collation center. And so we are expecting that latest by 7 p.m., all our presiding officers should be at the collation center, and collation will go on. Latest by 9, we are expecting to declare results, all things being equal. And then after that, we will also transmit our results to our regional collation center, and then the process will follow from there.
All right, thank you very much, Gerald Roberts. He's the Municipal Police Officer for Adentan, and he's been explaining the process to us. Initially, when I came in and I saw the boxes, I thought these were they have the ballot papers, but it turns out they don't have the ballot papers. But they're also critical material that will be used for the elections tomorrow. So those of you who will be voting in the Adentan constituency, you can see some of the materials that are here that you'll be seeing tomorrow. The ballot, but these are the ballot boxes that will be used. Oh,
yes.
All right. So you'll be seeing your ballot boxes. So those of you who will be voting at the Presby Church, Jordan Congregation, that's your ballot box. So you're seeing it for the first time on JoyNews, your election headquarters. Which other? Okay, so there's another ballot box here, Evangelical Presby Church 1. So those of you who will be voting, spot your ballot box. And there's another, King's Cottage B. This is a parliamentary. So, yes, essentially, these are the processes that the Electoral Commission would have to go through to ensure that we have everything ready. And Gerald Roberts has been kind enough to explain to us what they're doing and why they expect that they'll be ready to have you cast your votes by 7 a.m. All right, so from the Adentang Municipal EC office here, I am Israel Lai. Over to you, back to you, MFA in the studio.